beings of light, clothed in bodies of earth, having incarnational experiences. I found this so moving that nothing could be better than to simply read it to you. The moment I started truly living, born just an hour before, my new baby boy slept soundly next to me in the hospital room when I got up to go to the bathroom. I had no idea that I would die and come back before I saw him again, and how that experience would transform me. The nurse held my elbow as we crossed the room, neither of us realizing my blood pressure was plummeting. Walking past the picture window, I noticed the February night sky twinkling with stars, wisps of cold air sweeping in through the glass. By the time we reached the bathroom, her distant chatter sounded soupy to my ears, and the world felt as if it was moving in slow motion. I tried to tell her, but the words stuck in my mouth. My legs weak. Gray splotches filled my vision. I remember my cheek brushing against her silky brown hair as I slid to the floor. Then, everything went dark. The kind of dark where you can't see your hand in front of your face, like passing out, but without the sickening feeling in your stomach. Vaguely aware that the nurse had positioned me up against the corner of the bathtub, I could feel my head pressed between my knees. She was calling to me like from across a valley. It was all swimmy like an ocean, like surfing and suddenly being underwater. Yet, even in the darkness, I knew I wasn't alone, and there was no fear. By this time, my earthly identity disappeared. My name, my spouse, my life, my children, my parents, all forgotten, something like waking from a dream. Moving quickly from one density to another, out of heaviness and into a lighter atmosphere, I began to accelerate like a rocket leaving the Earth's orbit, the darkness giving way to light. And again, there was no fear. I began to travel through a brilliant tunnel that coursed with vibrant energy made of intricate waves of interwoven fibers glowing with life force. Every particle constructing the crystalline passageway was like a massive connected body. The sum of the body held the deepest sense of love. I breathed love. It was like the air of this place, in and out, like a heart beating, breathing all in impeccable order. Everything permeated intelligence, the light, the tunnel, the darkness, the diamond grid of geometric structures all around and within the tunnel. That intelligence had a sense of infinite well-being, a sense of the highest consciousness, utter safety. The emptiness wasn't void, but wired like a massive, gently shifting, multifaceted matrix, responding, adjusting, and ever expanding. God, Spirit, the field, universal intelligence, prime creative energy. How do you name that which cannot be named? The feeling for me was that God was me and I was God. One unified being, no difference, no separation, yet I had an energy signature, a distinctive expression of my own. Maybe hours passed, days, years, or just seconds. Time evaporated. I came to a threshold. a great spirit stood before me who smelled like summer rain and felt familiar. The spirit had a form like a regal person, a silhouette against the brightest light, but without clear features. For the first time, I knew who I truly am. An extraordinary being, complete and perfect as is, part of a thriving universe of love. I felt an equilibrium, yet ecstatic, satiated, yet emerging, rapturous, yet grounded, a balance of polarities. Telepathically, we communed together. The language was full of images, colors, an orchestra of feelings simultaneously shared. The intimacy was indescribable, like having someone see directly into me with nothing to hide and loving me completely beyond judgment, seeing only that I'm perfect and whole, and I too could see into myself and into spirit. A flame within my heart lit up, radiating magenta, now violet. It was burning and merged with the great spirit's flame also. Powerful, passionate energy pulsed out of this shared heart flame between us in every direction in waves. Like being part of a rose gold sun, warmed, filled everything. Wave after wave of pure energy poured through us, extending out to the infinite space, like making love with our souls. The Spirit gave me something, a memory, like a holographic image animated within my crown. Then I recalled myself, my children, my life on earth, and many faces known and unknown, lives that I had touched and would touch, lives that had touched mine and would touch mine. I didn't recall my name, but I knew I wasn't finished on my earthly journey. Instantly, I was moving back through the tunnel of high speed, returning. I could hear someone calling my name from like 1 trillion miles away, the voice getting ever closer. My name came back to me then, like riding a motorcycle at 500 miles an hour and slamming into a brick wall. All of a sudden, I felt shocked back into my body. I opened my eyes. Air forced itself into my lungs. Blaring lights burned my head, and the antiseptic hospital odor burned my nose. My skin felt icy cold and rubbery, unreal. I looked up at the nurse and saw her face wet with tears. She told me I had left. No breath, no pulse. She held me to her chest. Stroking my hair, she said, "Thank God. I thought we'd lost you." I wonder if it were her determination that pulled me back through the tunnel of light, as she called and called my name, pulling me back to earth. Words didn't come to me for a long time. Finally, she asked me if I could speak. I looked into her eyes and said, "I want to do this every day of my life." "Not on my shift," she blurted out, wiping her tears away. She wrapped her arms more tightly around me and rocked back and forth as we sat huddled on the gray, tile, cold floor in the middle of the night. I thought of the new baby sleeping in the next room. I thought of the great journey he had just taken to be here with us. I thought of my daughter sleeping at home, her long curls that bounced when she skipped, and little songs she sang to our golden retriever when she dressed him up for tea parties. I thought of my family, my loved ones, my friends. Like liquid poured from a pitcher into a tall glass, I could feel my spirit coming back into my body. The shivering slowed. I moved my fingers and toes and looked around. My heart beat quickly in my chest. It felt like a miracle. Since I came back, I have often imagined a world where everyone has slipped over to glimpse the other side of life. A world where each and every person knows beyond a shadow, beyond a doubt, that they're good enough just as they are. That they're God beings in human form. No exceptions. I imagined a world where death isn't feared and the wrapping of is torn off with the gift of life. I imagine that I may die again without warning and not come back. Death's ever-present possibility can make me more willing to take risks, speak my truth, be curious, and less resistance. When I'm present, death's awareness helps me catch myself when I'm taking life too seriously. Since then, I've sat in peaceful company of Palestinians and Israelis on the West Bank. I've rappelled down a 200-foot waterfall, gone skydiving, swam with dolphins, zip-lined through the jungle, climbed mountains with my 3 children, learned to ride a horse without gear, worked in prisons, met with presidents, and so much more. But while I possibly would have done these things anyhow, somehow I feel I appreciate them more knowing it may be the last time. And more importantly, the appreciation isn't about the doing. It's about being. Being enlivened from moment to moment. Being present. Being with whomever I'm with, whether it's in a beautiful place with my favorite people or standing in line in the store on a gray day. The magic of ordinary days aren't lost on me as often since I died. The raspberry sky at sunset, the sound of my children's laughter, the warm embrace of my beloved, the feel of the river's water rushing against my skin in summer, the smell of fresh bread baking, the sound of a makeshift drum concert in a city corner. The list is endless. I find that when I slow down to the speed of life, life feels overflowing with connection and possibility. For me, each day is another chance to live on earth, if only for a while. And I hope that each day I get a little closer to living it as if I were dying. Thank you for your attention. For more information about the Metaphysical Church of Enlightenment or the Rodin Foundation, please go to our website at www.rodin.org. If you have been inspired by the revelations shared in these podcasts, please donate to the Rodin Foundation's ongoing efforts to help others help themselves at www.rodin.org/donate.